Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel Live, Eat and Heal. If you're new, a warm welcome to you. My name is Daina and I am the author of the book Live, Eat and Heal, the way nature intended. It's available on Amazon as an ebook and as a paper book. It's based on my personal journey from sickness to health. I was diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus and was on medication for a good 10 years and complications, went to theater 7 times for different procedures, and I had to change my diet and lifestyle to turn things around. So this is what I share about in my book. Get your copy from Amazon and remember to subscribe below so you can get notifications each time I post a new video. Today, I'm going to talk to you about chapter 6 of my book. Chapter 6 of my book talks about the Green Revolution and the agricultural revolution. Basically, we've had 4 revolutions as the human race, and we start off with the Neolithic Revolution, the second revolution, the Green Revolution, and the digital revolution, which we are in right now. And I think there's 2 revolutions which actually have an impact on the food we eat. And to me, in my research, I actually found the first one, which is the Neolithic Revolution, and the Green Revolution, which is the third one, are the revolutions which actually tempered quite a lot with the foods we are eating today. And this is why you find chronic diseases on the rise. I mean, in the midst of all this technology and all the advancement in medicine, but we are still a sicker society, popping pills left, right, and center, dependent on medication, chasing disease instead of chasing health. One would argue that, oh, but still our ancestors died young. Yes, they did die young, but they actually died from natural causes. They were mauled by a lion. They caught some parasites, some infection from the water. So their problems were coming from without, from outside them. Whereas with us, when you actually look at us, our problems are coming from within. It's from inside. It's what we are eating inside. And that is what we are killing is. And what it happens is when we get medication, we are prolonging things. We don't actually cure anything. It's just making things better so you can just cope. As I said in my video, that I learned to cope with autoimmune disease. I learned to cope with SLE. I never felt better even with the medication. I would still wake up with aches and pains. The only difference was it was much better. I could cope. So I got conditioned that you can survive under these circumstances. So why did I target these 2 revolutions in my book? With the Neolithic Revolution, this is when our ancestors said goodbye to hunting and gathering, and they decided to stay in one place and farm their own vegetables, which was a very good thing. But then what changed there was we lost seasonality of all the food groups. Plants in nature are seasonal, and we are part of nature, and there is a very good reason why these plants were seasonal and they were available to us at a certain time. For example, some of these fruits, they are high in fructose level. They come, we enjoy them. This is our ancestors. They would enjoy them, but they would make them a bit fatter so that the winter to come, they are well cushioned and insulated for the winter. But now we eat those fruits every day with a perpetual winter to come. So this is why we keep putting on weight. So this was one of the downsides to the Neolithic Revolution, because now we could temper with nature, we could control nature, we could dictate nature and say, do you know what? We want to eat every day, 365 days a year, which was not feasible before the agricultural revolution, because when it's gone in nature. So that was one thing about the Neolithic Revolution. And when we come to the Green Revolution, again, scientists worked on different seed groups to see if we could have a better yield, pest resistant and drought resistant. Very noble idea, good thing. And some scientists actually got Nobel Prizes for this, which was a good thing. Yes, the world was fed cheaper, which was good, but the downside was our bodies, our gut could not cope and can still not cope with the new molecular structure which came from this transformation. That is why most people end up with leaky gut, because the gut is struggling. The interstitial lining is destroyed, and then you end up with these defense proteins all over the place in your body. And this is why you find autoimmune disease will present with a variety of symptoms, because depending on where these defense proteins end up, that is going to be your autoimmune disease. In my case, I was told your immune system is in overdrive. It's confused. It wasn't confused. It knew what it was doing. I was the one confused because I was feeding my body the wrong thing. So this is what happened in the Green Revolution. There was this tampering with the molecular structure of most of the plants, and this is why it's got a big impact on our gut, and most people end up with leaky gut, and then so many problems follow after the leaky gut. So that's chapter 6 of the book. Very interesting history to find out that though we were progressing as a human race, there was actually a downside to this progress we are going through. So I share that with you just so that you know, when you get to the end of my book, why I then say, let's put certain foods on hold. Because then now you can identify and say, okay, could it have been tampered with in the Green Revolution? So it is why we are putting it on hold. And then when we reintroduce the foods at the end of the chapter, or even on my website for those who are on the 60-day program, then you know why we are reintroducing these foods. Knowledge is power. I want everyone out there to be able to make the right food choices when it comes to food, to be listening to their bodies, to know the why behind everything they are putting on their table and in their mouths. It's a DIY thing I'm advocating, so that you have the right to self-determination over the food choices you are making, so that you can chase health instead of chasing disease. So remember to eat well, to live healthy. Bye.